sometimes you've got to change and shift your environment and who you spend time with and the communities that you're in to get the next revelation, to really embody and become who is the version of yourself that actually has capacity for what it is that you're praying for. Did you know that only 1.9% of women entrepreneurs, 0.9% of Black business owners, and just 0.5% of Black women entrepreneurs ever cross the seven-figure mark? That changes right here. If you are ready for high-level, high-income conversations about all things millions, your mission, your mindset, your methodologies, your mandate, your movement, your messaging, your marketing, your metrics, and of course, your money, just by listening, your income is going all the way up. Every week, you'll hear powerful stories, transformational interviews, and million-dollar business growth insights to help you scale and sustain a seven-figure business with grace and ease, not hustle and grind. I am your host, Dr. Darnyelle Jervey Harmon, award-winning spiritual business growth strategist, eight-figure entrepreneur, and God girl on a mission to help you experience abundance in your life because of your business. This is the Move to Millions podcast. Welcome home. Before we dive into this week's episode, let me ask you something real quick. If this podcast has ever made you think deeper, shift something in your spirit, or take bold, bankable action in your business, would you do me a favor? Would you take a moment and scroll down and leave us a rating or review? Listen, that's how we grow this message and get it into the ears of more seven-figure CEOs and seven-figure CEOs in the making. Your words matter. Your support matters. So please take a moment to go ahead, rate, review, and then come right back because this episode is about to shift everything. Welcome back to the Move to Millions podcast. I am your host, Dr. Darnyelle, God girl, eight-figure entrepreneur, and the award-winning CEO of Incredible One Enterprises, a business transformation company on a mission to create seven- and eight-figure CEOs who are building businesses that serve them financially and spiritually and creating a financial legacy. I am so excited that you are here. If this is your very first time joining us on the podcast, welcome, or should I say welcome home. I know this will not be the last time that you are here. I want to invite you to anchor in. This is a safe, significant, and aligned space for you to connect who you are spiritually to your business desires that you have to grow strategically, to create an environment for your life and your business to serve you financially and spiritually, and for you to build a business that really does fund the legacy that you want to leave once your sun sets. I get so much joy doing this podcast. This is like literally my favorite thing to do in the world. It's why I put so much time, attention, and care into creating these powerful episodes for you. So thank you in advance for liking, for rating, for reviewing, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping us to spread the word. Every review takes us deeper into another person's life so that we can help them to begin to experience the shift. And thank you to every single one of you who's already gotten a copy or 10 of Move to Millions, the proven framework to become $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind. Because of you, it is a bestseller. Because of you, we are so happy to report that we have received news of our very first person, and this is the first person who's told us, that has generated seven figures just from following the book. Now, do you realize when you go and get a copy of the book, in the book, we give you a website to go to in order to download the companion workbook. The companion workbook includes the worksheets and the checklist that I refer to throughout the mastery section of the book. The first part of the book is mastery, so that you can literally use the worksheets that our clients are using. The very same clients that have done a combined $488 million in gross revenue in the last 14 years that I've been coaching and consulting with entrepreneurs and small business owners. You can get access to those very same worksheets. You just got to get a copy of the book and then follow to the link to get the companion workbook. I want to say thank you The book is also available on Audible right now, so go and listen if you prefer. Personally, anytime I get a book, I get the Audible version and the physical version. I have my physical version open while I'm listening to the author. The author, ideally, it's the author. I love it when the author reads their own book. I do read my own book, and I'm going through it. So I invite you to do the same thing. Listen, it's a game changer. It will change your life if you let it. If you are the type of person who is disciplined enough to follow the steps as I lay them out, I spare no detail. I put it all in there. I am abundance. And so in abundance, I gave you the play, exactly what it takes to get to 7 figures. So if you're the type of person who is disciplined enough to do it without community and mentorship, rock on. Now, if you find that as you start going through it, you need community and mentorship, then I want you to go and learn all about House of Millions, which is our suite of business advisory programs designed to support you through our Move to Millions methodology. We're on the 2.0 version, so there's a few additional pillars there, but you get the crux of the framework and what is required to get you to 7 figures inside the powerful book. You are absolutely welcome. So we have been in the Soul Leadership series for the past, this is episode number 6 in this series. So for the past 6 episodes, we've been in the Soul Leadership series, and I've been having a good time. I hope you've been having a good time as well. In fact, I know you're having a good time because you guys are sliding in my DMs and telling me and asking me questions. Keep it coming. I love to hear from you. Please know that if a question surfaces of anything that I say, I'm so open to having a quick DM transaction around that conversation. I'm so open to it. So do not be dismayed. Slide on in and ask your question. This episode in the series, number 6, is all about embodiment and how to operate in God's first command to be. We go back to Genesis 1:28. So in 1:26, he says, let us make man in our image and likeness. Let us give him power, authority, and dominion over all things. And then in verse 28, he says, be fruitful and multiply. To be. Embodiment is the beingness of who you are. You are a human being. You are to be more than you do in order to experience the fullness of the abundance that God designed you to have in your life. So the goal in this episode is to help you to understand that your business and your income will never exceed your identity, your embodiment. And that lasting growth only happens when you embody your next level, not just visualizing it. It needs to be indoctrinated into your vessel. The reviews are in. Move to Millions, the proven framework to become a $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind, is a bestseller. With thousands of copies sold, we are raising a generation of $1 million CEOs. You got next. Grab your copy and our bonuses today at movetomillionsbook.com. Ever wish as a podcast episode comes to an end that we could spend more time together? Well, I want to make sure that you know about our free community on Facebook. If you are a millions-minded entrepreneur who wants to go from millions on your mind to millions in your bank account, then we should spend more time together. Get all the details you need to join us in our free Facebook community at movetomillionsgroup.com. Now, I believe that often you're asking for overflow, but you're still operating like a person who is in survival, an entrepreneur that is surviving. And I believe that in those seasons, God is saying, I can't give you the next level if you're still behaving like the old one, like your last one. I think unless you're here for the very first time, you've heard me share the story of how in 2019, I was driving towards my house and I heard the Holy Spirit say, I will let them live on whatever level they settle for. And I had to pull my car over because that revelation hit me like a thud. I will let them live on whatever level they settle for. And many of y'all are settling for your last level when God has a next level for you. And the way to get there is to embody. So today's episode is not in what you do. It's going to be in who you be. And I want to give you divine permission to stop waiting and to start walking, because God will give you more while you're moving and being than he will if you stand still. I want you to get everything that God sees for you when he looks at you. So here's the truth. I believe you don't get what you want. You get who you are. Embodiment is the practice of becoming before the results arrive. It's about the feeling of seven figures, the feeling. Like before I got married, I get asked this question every once in a while. I prepared a space and a place. I created capacity for my husband to flow into my life experience. And so I did that emotionally, energetically, and physically. Physically, in my home, I emptied out a nightstand, one of the sinks in the bathroom, a closet, one of the stalls in the garage. I literally created a space. Energetically, I started to feel and embody being a wife, what that felt like, how it moved through my body, where resistance came up, if there was any resistance, what I needed to work through from a limiting belief perspective in order to literally be a wife before he showed up with the 2-carat diamond. You have to be it to become it. You have to be it before you see it so that you get to see it and experience it. So we're going to get into all of that and so much more. Now, it's how you hold the frequency of overflow long enough for it to manifest in your life experience. It's the difference between wishing and walking. It's what happens between the vision boards and the identity shifts. Your next level isn't activated by doing more. It's unlocked by being him or her right now. So let's talk about what it looks like when you're not embodying your next level. And I want to make this very, very practical for you because you may have a 7-figure vision, but if you're still making decisions from a 6-figure or even a 5-figure self-concept, it's going to cause a problem. And here's that's going to show up. You set big goals, but you make small, safe decisions. You talk about abundance, but you still price from fear. You enter rooms shrinking, waiting for approval. You keep waiting for the green light when God already gave you the assignments and the power to create whatever it is you desire. You over-deliver, over-explain, overextend because deep down you under-believe. You cannot attract next-level clients while you're embodying last season's confidence. Ooh, let me say that one more time for the people in the back. You cannot attract next-level clients while embodying last season's confidence. 78% of business owners struggle with imposter syndrome, according to a few different sources, which means most are building with brilliance, but showing up watered down. And here's the thing. You don't grow into your next level by hoping. You grow into your next level by being. Embodiment was God's first instruction to us. Like before he had even taken the dirt and formed Adam and then taken the rib to form Eve, he said in Genesis 1:28, be fruitful and multiply. The being is how we multiply, right? God didn't say do fruitful things. He said be fruitful. Being was always the command because everything flows from identity. Embodiment means you lead, you speak, you invest, you rest, you decide, and move in alignment with who you were created to be, not who the world conditioned you to become. So this is about reclaiming your spiritual posture. I love Acts 17:28, which says, in him we live and move and have our being. Being is not passive. It's the most powerful thing you can ever do. You're not manifesting from your mouth. You're manifesting from your identity. So how do you embody your 7-figure self and how do you do it right now? So you're going to start by asking yourself better questions. Number 1, what does the 7-figure version of me know? Number 2, what does he or she believe? And number 3, what does he or she no longer tolerate? And then you move like her before the money shows up, before the confirmation hits. Here's where your embodiment will start to show up. It'll show up in your decisions because you'll stop crowdsourcing for clarity. You'll start to choose and stand in the posture of your anointing and the power to create that was given to you before you were formed in your mother's womb. It'll show up in your boundaries because you'll stop explaining why your answer is no. You'll start standing in your yes. It'll show up in your pricing because you'll stop charging by the hour or undercharging. You'll start charging for the transformation with profit, interest, and tax. It'll show up in your visibility because you'll stop whispering your value and you'll start to proclaim it everywhere you go. And it'll show up in your energy because you'll stop waiting to feel like you're enough and decide that you already are. You cannot scale from hustle, but you absolutely scale from an identity shift because who you are being determines what your business can receive. Embodiment creates capacity, and capacity is required for you to get to your next level, whatever that means for you. So here are 3 embodiment practices that you can use right now. Number 1, I want you to keep in mind that you don't need to wait until your next milestone is here to embody who you really are. Be it to become it. So number 1, declare this daily. I am her now. I lead, decide, and walk as the woman God already sees. If you're a man, of course, I am him now. I lead, decide, and walk as the man God already sees. Let your body feel that truth as you say it. You want to always flat-footed make a statement. And after you make the statement, pause and check in with your body. For those of you who will see the video of this, you'll see me in a full stance, feet grounded on the floor. When you make any statement, I am a 7-figure CEO, you pause and you check in with your body and see if there's any tension that shows up anywhere. Want to know what it's like to work with me and the Incredible Factor University coaching team? You can get started today with the Move to Millions 90-day business growth planner. 90 days at a time, you'll be setting your business on a trajectory that will make the move to millions happen much faster for you. It's got everything that you need to track every strategy, every sale, all of your KPIs, as well as your self-care and life transformational needs. We made sure we left nothing out of this amazing planner. And by accessing the planner, you'll get a behind-the-scenes view of what it's like to work with me and my team. Go grab yours today at movetomillionsplanner.com. Ever wish as a podcast episode comes to an end that we could spend more time together? Well, I want to make sure that you know about our free community on Facebook. If you are a millions-minded entrepreneur who wants to go from millions on your mind to millions in your bank account, then we should spend more time together. Get all the details you need to join us in our free Facebook community at movetomillionsgroup.com. Depending upon where the tension shows up, it is a cue metaphysically, subconsciously, of what the limiting belief or chasm is that needs to be resolved through a forgiveness practice, through breath work, through emotional freedom technique or tapping, through any of these modalities to shift that energy so that there is freedom, flow, and light moving through your vessel at all times. It can be a game changer to be that self-aware and to check in with yourself, which I highly recommend that you do. Number 2, I want you to practice identity-based decision-making by asking, what would the 7-figure version of me do right now? Then act on it, even if and when it scares you. Remember, God gives you more while you're moving than he will if you stand still. And then here are 3 journal prompts that I want you to spend some time noodling on this week in your journal. Number 1, what does the next level version of me believe that I'm still doubting? Number 2, where in my business am I still waiting instead of walking in it? And number 3, how would I lead, decide, and serve if I already knew it was mine? So I want you to spend some time. That embodiment is simple. I'm not going to say it's easy, because you're contending with all of the thoughts and the beliefs, however old you are. I'm 49, right? So before I became fully embodied and I could tap in, drop in, and be in any moment. It took work. It took practice to do that. This is some of the work that we'll be doing in my program that we'll be launching in a little while called Sanctuary. We're almost ready to put up a wait list so that you can get on the wait list to learn about Sanctuary. The fact of the matter is this, and Sanctuary was created because until your relationship with money is your sanctuary, your move to millions is in jeopardy. And so it's part of the reason why we do this work. And I've expanded my practice to serve our clients on the softer side of entrepreneurship. It's why soul leadership is even a thing that we're talking about in this series, because I recognize the significance of it. If it were just about strategy, you'd already be there, but you're not. And wherever there is, right, it's perpetual. It's always moving. When we hit 7 figures, the next goal is 7.5 figures or 8, right? We're always evolving. We're always going from glory to glory to glory. And so our embodiment also goes from glory to glory to glory. And sometimes you've got to change and shift your environment and who you spend time with and the communities that you're in to get the next revelation, to really embody and become who is the version of yourself that actually has capacity for what it is that you're praying for. So often, if you've been praying and you're not seeing the manifestation of your prayer, it's because you are not embodying that version of yourself yet. There's more work for you to do, but I don't want you to be alarmed because you can make the change. I believe you're not far. You're just out of alignment with who you already are. And embodiment is how you realign, not with your goals, but with your God-given identity. If this episode hit home for you, I want you to do 3 things for me. Number 1, I want you to rate and review it. Number 2, I want you to tag me in a story of however you listen to the show. And number 3, if you're also ready to stop performing and to start becoming, then I want you to apply to have a soul and strategy conversation with me or a member of our team. I want to explore what you need to embody so that your business, your bank account, and your brand can finally reflect who you were born to be. This is not about adding more to your to-do list. This is about choosing to be who you already are. Jeremiah 1:5, God said, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I approved you. I called you prophet. It's time for you to be known, to be approved, to be the prophet that God called you to be in your life experience. It's about choosing to be who you really are right now. You don't have to wait for overflow because overflow is waiting on you. Become him or her now and let us help by applying for a soul and strategy conversation. The link is in the show notes, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Thank you for joining me for the Move to Millions podcast. If this episode has impacted you in any way, would you please take a moment and rate and review? Doing so helps us to deepen our impact and expand our reach around the world. And if you are ready to start your very own Move to Millions, I highly recommend that you order your very own copy of my brand new best-selling book, Move to Millions, the proven framework to become a $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind. You can get your copy and our bonuses today at movetomillionsbook.com. Until next time, remember, millions are your birthright, and to access them, you need only move. I'll see you next time.